Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Love and Amman show. Today is July 3rd, rather, and you're listening to the Love and Amman show with Muhammad. This week, Amman gave us stories that were both heartbreaking and heartwarming. Stories of loss and accountability, of strength and kindness, from shocking headlines to moments that restored our faith in each other. So let's walk through the most important things that happened in our city and in our country over the past few days. Alright, so first off, we got the toxic alcohol accident, the one with methanol involved. So we start the week with one of the most tragic stories to come out of Zarqa. A heartbreaking update shook the country when it was confirmed that 9 people died and 27 else were injured after consuming toxic methanol-laced alcohol. Investigators revealed that a licensed factory was behind the contaminated batch, and authorities have since shut it down and arrested those responsible. And they also launched a wide-scale effort to confiscate the products from the market. Now, what made this story even more painful was the fact that these deaths were completely preventable. The substance used was never safe for human consumption, and the use of it in mass production was a reckless decision that cost lives. This story sparked outrage online and mooring across Amman, Zarqa, and Al Balqa, as the public called for tighter, better enforcement, and above all, justice for the victims and their families. Now, my take on this is that I believe alcohol shouldn't exist in the first place in our country because it's haram, first of all, and it's bad, and it brings nothing but bad to people and to everyone involved. And it being haram is the only we don't need any more reason for that rather than it being haram. And a lot of people agree with me as well. I agree on this stance that alcohol factories should not exist in the first place in Jordan, and it's completely justified, I believe. And Allah yarham اللي ماتوا. And it's a shame. It's a shame that there are people still consuming alcohol here in Jordan. And there's I'm not talking about the Christians, especially Muslims. Muslim people should not drink alcohol or beer or whatsoever. And Christian or Muslim or whatever, may they rest in peace. And there's I think the injuries have gone up to the 70s. So guys, alcohol or not, just be careful of what you drink or what you eat or what you put in your body. Alright, so story 2, moving on to the second story. It's not all bad news this week. So in fact, one of the most viral and heartwarming stories came out from a visiting tourist from Egypt who accidentally left his phone in a Jordanian taxi. And what happened next turned into celebration of Jordanian values. And thank God, I'm so proud of us, honestly. The taxi driver not only found the phone, but went out of his way to return it with a huge smile and no expectations. The tourist was overwhelmed, speechless, and bursting with joy, even joking that he started speaking Jordanian out of joy. This one gesture just reminded all of us and all Jordanians and all the Middle East that what Jordan stands for and what Jordanians are known for. They're known for their generosity and their nakhwe and them being able to give without expecting anything in return. And we couldn't be more proud, honestly. I'm so proud of us, especially this taxi driver. I would love to give him a hug personally. Alright, so moving on as well, July 1st was a special day in the kingdom as Jordanians celebrated the birthday of the Crown Prince Al-Hussein. Social media was filled with warm wishes, photos, and throwbacks of the Crown Prince in service, and we also covered that and throw back a little bit of his memories. And during official missions, the celebration wasn't just about him as a public figure, but also about what he represents, a new generation of leadership rooted in tradition, but moving toward the future. It was a moment of unity and pride for many people across the country who see him and see in him a symbol of strength, hope, and responsibility. The day reminded us of how Jordan has come and how much faith people place in the next generation of leaders. Crown Prince Al Hussein is looking very promising for all of us, especially for the new gen, because he's advocating for the youth and he's trying to help the youth as much as possible. So that's always nice to see. And happy birthday to our Crown Prince. May blessings be upon him. May Allah's blessing be upon him. Alright, so moving on to the fourth story this week. A powerful reel or story went viral this week when creator Lin Al-Qab posted a video of herself standing under the sky in Amman. She had just came from her doctor who told her that the cancer is still there after 7 years of fighting. What she said in that moment wasn't just emotional, it was unforgettable. She looked up in the sky and said it's still beautiful and she's still here. This story honestly hit close to home to everyone, not just me, because cancer is horrible, and I think everyone would sympathize with such a thing and would probably feel towards her with warmth and empathy. But nevertheless, hopefully she'll be fine and she'll be cured as soon as possible by Allah's willing. And wishing her all the best. And last but not least, we finally take a breath of fresh air, literally and figuratively, with a beautiful story that went viral from Wadi Al Tawahin in Ajloun. The video from creator in Jordan showcased more than just scenic views. It also was a full-on sensory escape. Green forests, winding roads, soft sunlight, and the sound of nothing but peace. The real meal people pause, reflect, and for some even plan a weekend getaway, including myself. I'd love to go to Ajloun soon, once I'm a little bit free. The message was simple, but sometimes nature is all that we need, is all the therapy that we need, and Ajloun delivered that reminder effortlessly. What stood out was people who reacted in the comments calling it the lungs of Jordan, a healing space and reminder of what's worth protecting in this country. Sometimes we get caught up in the city pace, the noise, the news, but then Ajloun appears on your screen and you remember what calm feels like. Ajloun is just basically heaven here in Jordan, and it's filled with trees, with beautiful air, beautiful fresh air, because of the trees. They purify the air and make it so crisp and beautiful. And everyone needs to go to Ajloun at least once in their lifetime. But yeah, that's a wrap up for this week's Love in Amman show with Muhammad. From tragedy to triumph, from personal battles to national pride, Amman and Jordan never fail to give us stories that stay with us. If you felt something while listening, share this episode with someone who needs a reminder of just how beauty and strength exist in this city. We'll be back next week with more stories. Until then, take care and peace out. Keep loving Amman. Thank you guys.
Thank you for tuning in into the Loving Amman podcast as part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts from.